over. Obviously, you could do a grade 4 just around the back and the sides, leave this longer. Again, it's fashion, what your client wants, and consultation. Okay? So, with grade 4's done, there's two ways that I could approach this. I could come in my grade 4, which I've already done, and I could do a 1, a 2, and a 3. Or I could do my 3, my 2, and my 1. That is down to personal preference, what you want to do. Okay? Firstly, I'm going to start with my 1. And closed again. Okay? Just going to untangle. I'll pop the head forward ever so slightly. Josh, have you got my comb, please? Thank you. I'll pop the head forward ever so slightly to make it easier for me to get into this area here. You don't always have to do your grade 1 right the way round here. You could sometimes do it just at the bottom here. Okay? Again, what your client wants, personal preference. Okay? So I'm going to start at the bottom here with my grade 1. Comb the hair down. I've also got here one of these bristle brushes. These are really good for brushing through the hair, especially when it's short, to bring it all in the direction you want it and to make sure that there's no hair stuck in there as well. So just bear that in mind. If you want to come use that, you can. So I'm going to start by coming in at the back here and just flicking up and out. And again, it's down to your client how high they want this or how low they want it. They might only want it, the grade 1, just at the very bottom here. Okay? I'm going to do slightly less when I'm coming to the sides. And again, at this point, if you were doing this on a person, you'd be tucking the ear forward so you could get around here. Again, try not to come into that beard too much and the sideburns, as we're going to go over that in a second. Remember to keep going over that head to make sure you've got everything. And you're going to mirror that on the other side of the head. Obviously, because of the plastic, you will start to see the scalp at this point and any parts which have been taken out previously, any marks on the scalp. It's really important that you don't go over the hair once and think, right, I've done. Okay? So just remember to tuck that out as you get there. Before I move up any higher, this line through here, you can see where it's coming slightly darker, can't you? I'm going to go over with my 1.5. So I'm pushing that up ever so slightly, making it slightly bigger before we go with our 2. And just ever so slightly, flicking that over the top of that.
You pushing that all the way in? Or you doing
Yep, that's what the grade's there for. Okay?
I mean, like, are you doing it all the way open?
Just over that line. Okay?
So you are pushing it all the way open?
Yeah, that's all the way open, sorry, yes.
I see people
just
open it a bit.
That's what we're going to do next week when we come on to our skin
Some
fades.
people do it a little bit and then...
What grade is that you've got on there?
This is a 1.5 at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Because we're going to go from a 1 to a 1.5 to a 2 to a 2.5 to a 3 to a 3.5. Then on to our 4, which is already there.
Yeah. So the space in between each fade, like blend, is going to have to be pretty small, kind of thing. Yeah. Well, yeah.
And like I was saying earlier, it doesn't always have to be these grades. It depends on what your client wants. Okay? So again, clip the grade off.
Could be a 0, 1, 2, 3.
Brush that down. Take all that hair off. You could use a neck brush to take some off your client as well. And we're going to go in with our grade 2. Remember at this point, you need to be pushing your grade back down so it's just the 2, not the 2.5. Okay? And again, start methodically. I always start in the middle, work my way around to the sides. Okay? Some people prefer to start at the side, work their way around that way. Again, it's a personal preference, what you're used to, what you find easiest. So again, starting from here, I can see where my line is just slightly, and you can hear your clippers cutting. And just over that line, you're going to flick that in. Obviously, you need to think about how many grades you're using, the space you're using between each one as well. Okay? And you can can start going on a diagonal as well if you need to work with the growth patterns that are in the hair already. As you can see on the head here, you can see where I've coloured it, can't you? Where the colour's on the scalp.
I thought that was a line.
Yeah.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say to you. Any marks on the scalp can actually make you think that you've got a longer bit or a shorter bit. Any colour differentiation can do the same. What you'll find on some older gents is where the hair starts going white, it happens around this hairline here, which makes that area there look a lot shorter because you've got the shadow from the dark on top. So that's just something else to consider as well when you're going through your client's hair. I'm just going to start coming up this side. Remember to hold the clippers how you feel comfortable without putting any strain on you.
How high do you bring it?
Again, depends on what your client wants.
No, but I mean, how high are you going to bring it?
My next one is going to be my 2.5, which is just around here, and then my 3 just on that line where the head starts to bend. Okay? So what I'm going to do now, again, move my clipper grade up. It's slightly different again, so I've got my 3.5, my 2.5, sorry. And on, and just work just over that.
Would
So
this just
again,
be a
you
low
can come
fade?
in and move back and forth so the static will bring the hair up. And it will catch any hairs which have been laying a little bit flatter. And come across. Remember, this is shorter here. You're not going to be able to take anything off that now. Okay? And you want to get a good balance between this side and this side. So remember to look in your mirror.
Does the 0 take anything more off of it at all?
If we took the grade 1 off,
That's what I mean.
then yes, you'd get this taken a little bit shorter here. Okay?
So will we do that next week?
Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to do this on this side now, just for the demonstration. So that's that grade done. I'm going to turn them off, bring that back down, because remember I've got to go down again for my next grade, which is my 3. Always check your grades. Make sure they're snapped on properly each time. And again, I'm going to come in. I know that all of this has been cut now a little bit higher. Because there's not much differentiation in the grades, sometimes there's not a huge amount to take off. Just because you're not taking it off doesn't mean you're not blending it, okay? You just think how much of a mil there is in between each of those grades, okay? You're just looking to blend away any lines. So I'm just coming over that back and forth. Again, turn them off. Grade 3.5. Then there'll be my 4 on top. Okay?
That's what I should do.
Which one?
And you can still hear that cutting.
Top left. I don't want to go that short though. I like the length. Yeah, it's fine.
You could always do this on Jordan's hair. You could do the grades up to here.
I think you should get that one. The one in the middle, on the left. I think that looks well good.
So again, just finally to finish, move my grade back in. I'm going to put my grade 4 back on, just to ensure that I haven't missed anything, just to complete, okay?
It really doesn't look good on the tuition head, does it?
Because you can see the scalp too much, okay?
No way to sugarcoat it, really, is there?
No.
So come over and start going back over that top section that you've already cut, okay? Remember to go your different directions as well. So I'm going to come in this way. It's especially important if maybe your client's got any growth patterns around the front here, if they've got nape wells, for you to work your way around the head, okay? So we can see now we've got a differentiation in length from here onto the top, okay?
I can't believe how bad that looks. You've just spent like 10 minutes
Okay,
trying.
right.
It looks like you've gone.
You can't see
No,
the
you
face.
can't.